Welcome, Virgo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your fourth quarter, October, November, December reading for 2023. I've laid out the African Tarot. I will clarify with the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, and I'll finish off with a couple of Oracle cards. I thank you and welcome you for all the support that you give me, your comments, donations, in whatever way you support me, simply by spending your time here. That is greatly appreciated. I would ask you to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. So let's get started with your overall energy, Virgo. The Two of Wands. This is for the quarter of the end of the year. The Two of Wands is about your being firmly clear on your talent, your goal, your focus, something quite likely that you have accomplished, and your desire now to turn your attention to the way to expand and grow this achievement or accomplishment, or to pursue more achievements. You're looking at the world. You're looking at how you can turn what is familiar towards what is unfamiliar. You may be creating a plan that allows you to look at the options around you or in the wider world. You're keen to move beyond what has become familiar and to expand that for many purposes, but one of the purposes could well be ways that you are better able to participate or contribute to the broader world. You gain the confidence, courage, and inspiration to move into new turf. In October, you are looking at the ways in which your path has been limited, and this path forward may have been shaped quite early in life or through your formative years. In other words, you may have been given an assignment by your family or by your conditioning, your position in society to achieve in a way that conforms to the familiar institutions of your social environment. You are perhaps a bit of an outsider. Perhaps you are a bit feeling yourself on the margins of things. And in that way, there is almost something to prove. You may experience a desire to prove yourself, your talents, and your ability for more. In fact, you may have gone quite far, in as much as you may have expanded and changed the terms of your material conditioning. You may have been quite successful, but you feel as though you have reached an impasse among your associations. In other words, your values, the things that mean something to you, are no longer necessarily aligned with the institutions you've been affiliated with. You are a maverick. You are outside the box. And I sense that in October, but perhaps you are already experiencing this limitation and this opportunity to change your position, to not conform, to move towards a new set of alignments or associates that will allow you to break a pattern that has become familiar to you, a pattern of conformity. Part of your willingness to break this pattern is your desire to do things differently. You have a need to look at other models, other things that have been accomplished similar to the goals that you aspire to, and you're willing to explore those other opportunities, those other creations, those other things that have been built. You may even be looking to build your own organization, your own business, your own consulting firm, some way that you are eager to begin something new. You're eager to do and learn a new way. And we're still in October, and this change that you're seeking really reflects a deeper realization that your life has been constricted by the sense of conformity, by your willingness and ability to caretake, to fulfill the needs and desires of others, to meet the expectations of others. This may be your fulfilling the expectation of a parent or a teacher or a mentor, and that you have recognized the ceiling there. It's like a glass ceiling, and that in order to liberate yourself from this obligation, you are now understanding that you must prioritize your own expectations, your own desires. You are more than capable to move beyond this space of conformity, no matter how much you've accomplished, no matter how high you've risen. You're now ready to define your own goals, your own pursuits, your own measure of excellence. And you're choosing that in a way that removes a lot of not necessarily that the desires, the expectations of others were negative, but they've been limiting. And you recognize the limitation in conforming. In November, here we come to much of what I believe has been occurring internally for you, Virgo, and this is this desire for happiness, this understanding that being your authentic self means moving away in some ways from those experiences that have limited you, no matter how successful you've been. This can be your recognition that the things you've given to have not given back to you in equal measure. That that prioritizing the needs of others has not allowed you to blossom, to enjoy your own talents, to be who you are. In a way, this is your desire for that liberation that you're seeking here and recognizing the limitations that exist. So this is you really wanting to get to that place of authenticity and in fact enjoying it. You may be enjoying it through children, through your children, through students, through your clients, through your peers, but whatever illumination, enlightenment you're experiencing regarding the amplification, the gratitude for your natural gifts and talents, that is uplifting the people around you. That is making your work more like creative play. And that really elevates your mission in many ways, in an unexpected way. We're still in November, and you are really moving forward towards this vision that you have. Much of the vision that has gained momentum, has grown within you, has been this experience of conforming and finding unexpected pleasures, healing, growth, and possibilities. This can be, in many ways, the experience of being a parent, in which the way that you may have defined that experience or your children specifically has been upended by the miracle of their own being, their own development, their own evolution. Your ability to take joy in that and to learn from their growth. This is an example. It can also be things you've created, things you've built, how they've evolved has surprised you. And what has been reflected back to you is your own authenticity, is the playfulness, is the joy, is the pleasure in being who you are and allowing others to unfold in a way that is miraculous, that creates a greater bond and the possibility of a collective healing, of building a collective vision. In November, you are, as the result of so much of this, creating a new beginning of some sort. There's so much emphasis here on your commitment to organizational goals and objectives that I see you creating a new truth for yourself, recording something, experiencing this enlightenment and revelation as an opportunity to record your growth, to expand on your writing, conversations, convening a discourse or a conversation through your work, being able to document the growth you've made, the things you've discovered, or even quite possibly to be the physical voice and face of this new idea, of this new experience of happiness, of creativity through your work, of opening up and unfolding your own talents, and perhaps creating something that is widely published, widely seen, widely articulated, that publicizes or in some ways gives voice to this vision. In December, the Five of Cups is really allowing you in many ways to experience the surrender that you have made more ideologically. This is like choices that you've made for concrete reasons of the limitation you've experienced and the desire to expand beyond that. There are a lot of feelings and experiences that have unleashed a sense of perhaps regret, mistakes made, heartache, disappointment. Certainly, children as a metaphor for the things that you've created that can include children can be an experience that upends our expectations. We give love in many times in a way that expects that love back. And children, all of our creations are going to evolve on their own terms. What you've gotten from this not only is the emotional release and surrender to failures, disappointments, mistakes made, but also what you've learned from that. You've learned a lot about yourself. You've built your self-knowledge, and that is what's elevating this desire to find personal happiness, to be who you authentically are as you release more and more of your potential. And this has nothing to do with what you've already achieved, because my sense is that for many of you, you have already achieved beyond the expectations even of others. However, there is much more for you, and you feel that, and you're giving yourself permission to be who you are and amplify, grow, plan a new expansion into unfamiliar territory. And for you, Virgo, that is an emotional, that's about opening up your heart, really being vulnerable. In December, this is towards the end of the year now, we're in the winter moss holidays, and you are being rewarded for the efforts that you've made as part of a team. You're familiar with this victory. You have worked hard for it. Absolutely. And consistent with this, my sense that many of you are accomplished, have risen well beyond what was expected of you. You are successful on your own terms and on the terms of many others. What you appreciate is the acknowledgement of your successes from your team and how your success has elevated your team. This is you as the team player that you are, Virgo. You are naturally a sign of service. You naturally work with others to accomplish and be productive, to be efficient. This is part of the influence of the new moon on Virgo just a couple of days ago. So you are really glorying in being acknowledged for your successes and efforts, and that what that means from your peers is what's really uplifting you and helping you recognize your powerful impact on the team. Finally, towards the end of the year, we back to the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles began with your desire, your inspiration to move beyond what you've already accomplished. The Two of Pentacles is the work you're doing to concretize that plan, to manifest the changes that you want to see. And I saw you perhaps creating a new business of your own, a new creation, a new project. This can be an entirely new lifestyle, new path, new organizational affiliation. But this may come as something you're not quite feeling prepared for because you've worked within the confines of a traditional institution or organization, a traditional professional ladder, if you will, that you may feel that you're not quite ready for this, that this is requiring an upturning of what you have known and what you're capable of doing. However, you're more than prepared for this. In fact, you're exhilarated by the dance that you are doing to absorb the many changes, perhaps in your profession, in your environment, and translating that into new opportunities for the future. And you stand at the fulcrum dancing or moving dancing as fast as you can. I'm quickly going to clarify. October, the Five of Pentacles with the Warrior of Swords, that's the Knight of Swords and the Six of Swords, yes. Your process of healing, of addressing your disappointments, your sense of limitation from the affiliation or commitment that you've made from the familiar is something that you intuitively know is part of your personal truth. And you're moving away. You can be literally moving, traveling to a new environment, setting up a new business, perhaps altering your environment in some way that allows you to find a solution, create a solution to the sense of limitation. And this also is helping you find a sense of acceptance of the hardships, the challenges, and the sense of being labeled, put in a box, and in some ways not always seen or heard in an arena where you have worked hard at. You're moving in that new direction. You're inspired by new ideas, new truths, and this intuitive desire to grow, discover new aspects of yourself. The Sun in November is clarified by the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is a repeat, so you are long in this process, and this is showing me that you've been in this process for some time. You may have received new offers or requests for your services that has inspired you to put something different together. And meeting those individual projects or requests has required you to put things together in a new way for yourself. Look to other models, find other collaborators. And ultimately, this is really reshaping your understanding of relationships in general. This feels very professional, but because happiness is at the core here, in November, you're really understanding that all relationships must reflect this growing relationship you're developing with yourself, in which you agree to the expectations and the pursuits that are a part of this, any relationship, any partnership. You're abandoning the idea of being the caregiver, the one who works and performs on behalf of the group without necessarily the reward or the acknowledgement that sees your particular desire or accomplishment. You are seeing this newly growing relationship with yourself, this acknowledgement of talent that is yet to be fulfilled. something that gives you joy, that allows you to be who you are, something you may not always expect or request, desire, or demand in a relationship, is really reflecting in this ability to nail some contracts in November that instead are built on a reciprocal relationship in which what is given and what is received is spelled out, is explicit. And in December, the Five of Cups is clarified by the Three of Pentacles and the Warrior of Wands. This is the Knight of Wands, and indeed, you are building the new, you are creating the new collaboration, you are implementing your plan, you are identifying those with expertise that complements yours, and you are working in a non-hierarchical way to accomplish something of beauty, something of excellence, something of brilliance that refashions a product or service that you have delivered in the past in a new, more expansive way. This is increasing your value and the value of the thing that you're creating, making it more accessible to more people. The Warrior of Wands is about your thrill in pursuing your passion. You're re-energized by this focus on the expansion of your own talents, the ability to be who you are, and to work among a team of peers to articulate that mission, that service, those products to a public. This is a powerful reading, Virgo, and I'm going to pull a crystal oracle card and remind you to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you so choose. And, that's a little bit of a confirmation there. The tourmalinated quartz. Get out of your own way. I will leave you to interpret that as you so choose, but not before I pull a Soul's Journey card. And with the Sun card at the heart of this reading, I think that's very clear that the whole prospect of allowing yourself to be your authentic self, relaxing into your talents, knowing that your presence and knowledge base are allowing you to create and play in a way that invites others to participate and to be reminded of the mission, the point of your efforts. This card is envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. This is confirming my sense that you are very successful. Some of you are extremely successful in whatever arena you are working, and you naturally have attracted envy, but you understand that that envy is not part of this ceiling that you are experiencing, this limitation. In fact, this envy on the part of others is really allowing you to acknowledge who you are underneath your achievements. Thank you so much, Virgo, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.